All right. We'll wait here just a sec. Shall I start out with me? Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone to the 2020 MATC Virtual Car Show on May 30th. We are at our downtown studios, we'll call it, at the Al Hervis Peak Transportation Center. And we're really excited that we were able to pull the virtual car show off. We certainly would have wanted to have been in person and seeing all you in person, but you know, we made lemonade out of lemons, so they say. And this morning, I'm here with Elin Werner, and Elin is our PR expert that we have within our program. And we're also here with Scott Fissler, one of our faculty members who is in the outside studio of the Hervis Center. He is in front of our NASCAR that obviously Peak has given to the school. And we have our, you know, we actually use that car to go around and show high school students what it's like to have auto careers and to those schools that don't even have auto programs. So it's really a great tool, and we really appreciate Peak's help on that. But there's Elin Werner. Elin, if you want to introduce yourself and talk something.
Yeah. So Steve, I'm excited we were able to do this. You know, we've worked together for a couple years. We opened the Al Hervis Peak Transportation Center last year, and we did the car show last year, which was live. And now being able to do the virtual car show with cars from Milwaukee, but then also cars from all over the country, all over the world. I think we have some entries from Europe even. And then the celebrity video element of getting some celebs and super collectors to show off their cars, I think it's really important. We've got a couple videos that are going up today of two amazing vehicles that really no one has seen before.
You know, absolutely. You know, if everybody that's watching this is at the car show, but the site is ready for voting right now. So go in, check out the cars. We're really excited that, you know, we were able to, I think we ended up with 111 vehicles entered, plus all the celebrity vehicles. But Elin, why don't you talk a little bit about the celebrity vehicles? You know, I know we're releasing two of them today. One that I'll be talking about in a minute, but all those that already came before, John Force, all the, you know, Clint Boyer, our other NHRA. It was amazing that we actually got John Kramer from Mecum. It's just, it's amazing support. How did that all come about?
A lot of it was just people that are interested in supporting MATC and just the general auto tech program, that they know there's a great need for students to learn about how cars work, how to put them together, how to work on them. Those aren't jobs that can be outsourced. And they have a passion for cars. And guys like John Force have cars in their collection that are the school bus that was overhauled by Chip Foose many years ago. But then he also showed off his very first funny car that Robert Height rebuilt. And Robert didn't participate in the car show, but he does have a little representation, Steve. You wanted me to show this off. This is the roof hatch off of his funny car that he blew up in St. Louis a couple years ago. So you can see the damage on the roof hatch, and he signed it for me when I was working with the team. But we got not just NHRA drivers, IndyCar drivers. Graham Rahal walked us through his shop and probably about $10 million worth of vintage vehicles and new vehicles from Ferraris. TJ Zizzo in Chicago, who has a high-end body shop, let us see a $3 million Ferrari that is being put together for a collector in Colorado. We got some up-and-coming stars from sports cars, Courtney Crone, Andrew Waits, who's a collector out of California. But really, I think the Ron Capps did an amazing video for us of just a unbelievable car that he drives that weighs about nothing, has a 700 horsepower motor in it. And it's just a car. And Steve, when we watched this video, could something have looked in that video of just palm trees and his car, and it's a beautiful sunny day, and he's just walking around with, you know, it was just a perfect video And then Steve Torrance showed off his favorite Porsche. So just so many people participated, and it was really about relationships that I had, that you had, and just honestly, people that were in love with supporting education, supporting Milwaukee Area Technical College and the programs that you and Scott and Dan run. I know, and don't let me forget also just some of the cool photos that people sent to us as well was really interesting. But you want me to take a second and talk about the Ken Lingenfelter Lamborghini?
Sure, absolutely.
This video is going to go up later today. It's a 1 of 20 Lamborghini. That King Lingenfelter is a private collector, but he has relationships with car manufacturers around the world. You can actually see some of his collection online, but this car he showed us, he actually had to get permission from the president of Lamborghini to get hold of this vehicle. It looks like the Batmobile, and it's like matte, and it's got the scissor doors, but it's just it's a piece of art on wheels that he was nice enough to show us and walk us around. And you can see that video here today. And then Steve, we just got a video last night from a collector, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I wanted you to pronounce the name of the Lamborghini. Was it Reventor?
It's the Reventon Lamborghini. And I actually have it written down in front of me. It's the Reventon Lamborghini, 1 of 20. So I can't imagine there's very many even in the United States. So it's really being able to see that car. And actually, it's cool to have Ken talk about the car. It's one thing to kind of see a car, but when the owner and the collector, you see his passion come through, that's something that you really couldn't even get at an actual car show, because a lot of guys just sit in their cars. So that was really a cool element of this.
Yeah, I agree. It was interesting how we got that, because we were all sitting around, and just so people know, we didn't want to cancel our live show. We were basically told at the last minute, we were waiting to see if the school would be open for us, and it wasn't. So we just checked it today. It was actually 1 month ago that we got the domain name, matccarshow.com. And so that was just a domain name. We didn't even know what we were going to do. We built the whole site and got everything up and running in a month. So what we did was we just were calling people. And I remember I know somebody that knows somebody, and I called him and asked him to get a hold of somebody for me. And he said, well, yeah, I'll try. And he goes, well, what about Dana Meekum from Meekum Auctions? And I'm like, well, geez, I see him on TV. I don't really know him. So I said, what the heck? I'll just give him a call. So this is what's so cool about things like this. People are just stepping up. So when I called Dana Meekum, he wasn't in, and I got his assistant, and he evidently was out of town, but he put me over to John Kramen, and John is the voice of Meekum Auctions. They call him the professor, if you've ever watched Meekum Auctions. And he showed off his vehicle, his Corvette that he bought that's just amazing. And he said, oh, by the way, do you guys need help? I'll hook you up with Ken Lingenfelter, who's from Lingenfelter Collections. And that's kind of how the way these things all worked. It was really, really cool that people just stepped up. And the same thing happened in NHRA, where we had people step up. I know that Steve Torrance just heard about it and said, hey, I'll help out, right, my car in. And others did as well. So that's really what's cool. And they don't have a connection necessarily to the school, but they also respect John Force. And they know Peak as a big supporter in racing. And
for sure.
And they just said, you know what, if they're doing it, then we're in. And I thought that was really cool. I'll tell you a little bit about what we have coming up next on our site. There's a gentleman by the name of Bob Perkins who lives in Wisconsin here, and he's a big Mustang collector. He's known all around as collecting low mileage, really rare Mustangs. And I know he's had some Mustang clubs and things. He is showing us the vehicle. It's a 1969 Mach 1. And people have seen those cars around, but you've probably never seen one with 52 miles on it. Never sold to the general public. It was at a dealership, still had the plastic on. It was never detailed, was never dealer prepped. Still has the plastic on it, everything else. That's his favorite car. That one will be launching in shortly after we're off the air here. And so we're really excited and really want to just thank, before we pop off here and let you go back and look at the show, We really want to thank all of our sponsors, Peak for helping us out, West Bend Dino, evidently the Milwaukee Police Department coming by right now with the sirens. So, but we really want to thank everybody for helping out, and especially thank those that took the time to post their cars on the show. Next
sure.
year, we're planning on coming back, but we're going to be here on the top of every hour. So tune back in an hour and see our next feature. So thanks a lot, Scott, for manning and protecting our vehicle outside. And thanks a lot, Elon, for joining.
For sure. Thanks. And everybody, be sure to get out there and vote today, and you can vote all day.
All right. Take care.